Mutual funds can invest in equity, debt, commodities, REITs, and InvITs. Sebi has now classified REITs as equity, and this is good for investors for a number of reasons. Now, so far, mutual funds were restricting REITs and InvITs to just 10% of their assets. And with this reclassification of REITs as equity, you could potentially have funds with 80 or even 100% allocation to REITs. Practically speaking, of course, this will not happen in a hurry because there are very few listed REITs in India and they may not be able to absorb a lot of flows from mutual funds, but it opens the door to at least more allocation to REITs than the current 10%. Now, this is good for investors because REITs are not perfectly correlated with equity. So, in years in which equity does not do so well, like the past year, the portfolio can get stable cash flows from its REIT exposure because REITs make their cash flows from commercial property, from the rent that commercial property generates. The other reason why this measure is good for investors is that if you directly hold the REIT, the distributions can be tax inefficient. For example, interest is taxable at slab rate for REIT investors. Similarly, return of capital, if it exceeds the face value of the REIT, that also becomes taxable. But if the REIT is held through a mutual fund, then those distributions are not taxed in the mutual fund's hands, and even you as the end investor, you do not pay any tax until you redeem your mutual fund. Now, there has to be an alignment between the tax rules for a mutual fund that invests, let's say, 80 or 100% in REITs vis-a-vis a mutual fund which invests 80 or 100% in equities. The latter kind of fund is taxed at 12.5% after 1 year, but the former fund, well, the taxation is not clear. So for now, I think mutual funds will have at least 35% equity so as to ensure that at least after 2 years, there will be 12.5% long-term gains tax. But in the long run, the finance minister really should clarify what happens, how is a mutual fund with 80 or 100% allocation to REITs taxed.